Hey, hi everyone. Welcome back. So guys, as part of this session, we are going to look into how exactly we can handle a text field. Okay, how exactly we can handle a text field, which means entering a value into a text field and then clearing that particular field and retrieving the value from that text field. All these operations we are going to study as part of this particular session. So for which, what I'm gonna do right now is let me open my browser in which I just wanna open this is sourcedemo.com where I wanna handle this username text field. Okay, this is what the username text field is. Inspect it, and this username text field is having an ID property. So come back here, await page dot locator, and hash this particular ID, and I'm gonna use fill. Fill is the method which is used in order to enter a value to a particular field. Okay, what was that particular method? Fill. Fill is the method which is used to enter a value into a particular field. Perfectly all right. In order to clear a value from that particular field, you will be using a clear method. Okay, if there is any value in that particular field, and if you want to clear that particular value from that particular field, you will be using a clear command. Fill is used to fill the value into that particular field, and the clear is used in order to clear that particular value from that particular field. So Surendra, as part of the locators, we have seen that not only using these locators, we need to use the default attributes, right? So here, let me comment these lines of a code, and here await, okay, page dot get role, okay, get by role, and here among all these things my desired object is a text field. In order to handle that particular text field, for this get role you need to give as a text box. So if you look at it, basically this is the text box that you need to give. So here text box, and of course the name of that particular text box, you know how exactly we need to specify. This is the braces and a name. What is the name of that particular text box? See here, you already have a username u in the uppercase, right? So that's gonna be the placeholder value. Copy it, come back here, let me put it in this one. So if you observe right now, get a role a text box which is having a name username field, and in which fill a value Surendra. Okay, and after filling that, clear it too. Okay, after filling that, clear it too. And here what I want to do here is I just want to enter my previous values too. Okay, perfectly all right. Let me enable the pass. So guys, what I have done right now is from the source demo login screen, I copy pasted the script structure in which I just kept the line which is opening the source demo, and these are the lines that we have created right now. Right, these are the lines that we have created right now. Perfectly all right. So let me pull my terminal and let me try to run my program as well. So here this time we need to run this particular text fields. So here text fields dot spec dot ts. Let me try to run it and check it out whether it is entering the value into that particular fields or not. So here pass is encountered. First time it's highlighting the username field. Perfectly all right. It entered the Surendra and then it performed the clear operation. Now it's trying to enter Jagannatham and it cleared it, and then it completed that particular execution too. It completed that particular execution. So the ultimate point that we need to consider here is if we enter any value into a particular text field, we can clear it using a clear command, or to get, okay, or to enter it you are gonna use a fill command on top of it. Okay, fill is the command that we are using in order to enter a value to a particular text field. Fine, so I don't want to clear it. Okay, so come to the browser, consider that, Okay, come to the browser, consider that. Okay, right click, inspect, and here, this is not a mobile responsive. So here in the username field, we entered Surendra. As and when I entered Surendra, the value, whatever I have entered, is updating this value attribute. Okay, see here, I just changed my value to Jagannatham. See, if you look at the value attribute, even the value attribute is updating to Jagannatham. So the point here is the value attribute is referring to the value that it is present in that particular text field. So what are we gonna do right now is upon entering this particular value, so here the command that we need to use is input value. We are gonna use an input value constant input value is equal to, and here you can do an assertion whether this value is there in that particular field or not, or we can use a console.log, and I was just printing it. Ideally, in order to get a value from any text field, we are going to use an input value. In the current situation, we have entered the value and we are retrieving it. But whenever we are working on your projects, you do have an option to retrieve it in this particular way as well. Okay, so let me try to execute this program. And if you check it out, okay, if you check it out here, basically, Jagannatham got a printed down to the console. Okay, Jagannatham got a printed down to the console, which means the input value is the command that it is retrieving that value from that particular text field. Let me highlight it here. Let me add a comment. So here, so here, input value, input value will get the value from the text field. Okay, input value is the command which is used in order to get the value from that particular text field. Okay, perfectly all right. Then immediately a question that comes in our mind. Okay, Surendra, that's fine. We have seen an assertions earlier. Why can't we apply those assertions in this particular program? Yes, of course, we can do that. So let me copy this program, this test, comment out the whole chunk. Let me create a new test and in which delete all the unnecessary things. Okay, delete all the unnecessary things. So this test does has the username field and we are entering it. Before entering the value to the username field, so here I'm gonna use, see guys, if you remember, we have studied about whether the element is visible or not using a to be visible, and whether the element is enabled or not using to be enabled, but for which we need to use an expect. So here what I'm gonna do right now here is await expect. Okay, await page dot locator username dot test field to be visible. I just want to make sure that whether this is visible, and not only visible, I just want to make sure that, okay, I just want to make sure that, okay, I just want to make sure that whether the username field is enabled or not. Okay, I want to make sure whether this is enabled or not. And the next thing out over there is by default that particular value to be an empty value. Okay, that's the reason I'm gonna use to be an empty. So which means it's gonna check whether that particular field is empty or not. And there is a one more option which is to be editable. Okay, it will be checking whether it is an editable or not. That's it, guys. To be empty, to be editable. That's it. So this is the way how exactly we can check it. Empty means whether it is an empty or not. Checks whether that field is empty or not. Editable checks whether we can edit a value into that field or not. Okay, perfectly all right. And there is an issue with this expect. So definitely you need to import this particular one, right? So you just need to import this particular expect. Okay, perfectly all right. So this is the way. Let me try to run this particular program right now and check it out how this is gonna work. It's getting executed as there are some assertions, right? Let me directly run this particular program. And if you check it out, the script executed successfully, which means all the assertions got executed successfully. So what I'm gonna do right now is let me switch back to this Playwright official documentation itself. And here I'm on an actions page. You can directly search for this particular actions page from the left hand panel of the Playwright official documentation. So whatever the actions that we have in this particular page, we are going to see one after another, among which we started with a text input. If there is any input field is there, how exactly we are going to input a particular value. They have a clearly called it out using this particular text, sorry, which is a fill method, which is perfectly all right. So if you look at it, basically they have a given a word stating that it works for input tag, text area tag, and the content editable elements. Whenever you are identified any element, and if that element is starting with an input tag or a text area or a content editable, only for these things itself you can, okay, you can use this particular stuff. Perfect. And they have also given an example that get by label, you can identify it by its label and you can perform the fill operation. Okay, that's fine. If you look at these swag labs, basically it doesn't have any labels here, right? For the text fields it doesn't have any labels, so hence I pulled this particular, okay, hence I pulled this particular Salesforce sign up screen where this first name field is having this particular label, right? So let's come back to the program, and here let me create a new test. Okay, let me create a new test and uncomment these lines of a code and add this particular end block. Okay, perfectly all right. So now here the URL is not this source demo. This time the URL is this one. And now here right click on a first name field, inspect. So here I just need a first name label. So inspect it and I have a notice that it's a first name. So come back here, await page dot get by label, of course my first name field, enter Surendra. My name should be in a lowercase, and again the same way the last name is also in a lowercase, so hence here await a last name Jagannatham, and of course it does has a job title. Okay, await page dot get by label, and this time the label out over there is job title. So let us see, basically, okay, it's in a lower case. So job title. So let me cross check this title once again, right click, inspect. And okay, where is this job title? So this job title is in a lower case. Perfectly all right. And the last field that I want to deal here is a work email. Okay, I just want to deal with a work email as well. So here await page dot, and so here I just entered my email ID, but at this time it's gonna be work email. So W capital and a email in a lowercase. That's it. I just created this basic program. Okay, just I'm trying to fill a particular value into a text field by its label. And let me try to run this particular program right now. The script is getting executed. I have given a pass out over there, so definitely my Playwright inspector will be prompting. And now let me press this step over. See, it's highlighting the first name. Of course, it entered. Now the last name got highlighted. It entered the job title and the work email. All the details got entered successfully. So this is the way how exactly we can deal with this particular text fields. Okay, in the next session, okay, we will be seeing how exactly we can get the text from a button, and later we will deep dive into these checkboxes and as well as the radio buttons. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye. See you in the next lecture.